Hey everyone, Paul Flores here, and I am positive for COVID-19 virus. This is the first video, but it's day 4. I didn't start making the videos until today, but there's my result right there. Positive COVID-19. Anyways, I'm going to talk about some tips to help yourself feel better during this struggle, during this battle with the virus. Also, I want people to see what it's like. The thing is, it's different for everyone, so I can only give you some insight from my experience. I'm going to show you tips to fight the virus, how we're quarantining, because I have a family here that I live with. What else? And just kind of daily things, when you're in quarantine, what can you do? Because I'm quarantined not just in the house now, but to one room, really. And so, yeah. I'll also try to share some links and the details to professionals in this matter. So I'm going to give you a quick run through of what happened. On Tuesday, I was outside talking with my neighbor. Boom, all of a sudden I felt like I swallowed a dust particle or something. And then that night, when I was inside, just like a switch went off on my smell and taste. And it was so weird. I was like, it's almost like when your ears, if you've ever temporarily had ringing in your ears and you can't hear it for a little bit, but your smell and your taste being off. Also, like in the back, sinus areas back there, I could sense some tingling. Something was going on in there. I already had suspicions because of the smell and taste being one of the main symptoms of COVID. I was like, oh shoot, I might have it. So Tuesday night, I didn't have any problems going to sleep. I felt fine. Wednesday, I woke up. I had a fever, and I went outside to water the garden. Some people have had coughs. I have not had a cough at all, but I did that day. Wednesday morning, I coughed up a pretty good size mucus ball, and then since then I've had no mucus. I'll give maybe 1 or 2 hard coughs a day just to check if my lungs are need to clear anything. But other than that, if I have a dry cough, I resist the cough, because if nothing's coming up, all I'm doing at that point is kind of inflaming my throat and chest, and nothing's coming up. So if I have the urge to cough, I'll resist it, but I haven't had the urge. So Wednesday was pretty bad. Wednesday is when the fever hit. If you ever need to sleep, okay, and you're coughing a lot, or the urge to cough, this is a good medicine right here. Zarbee's. It's for kids, but it works for adults. The nighttime one. It has dark honey, and I'll hold it here again. Zarbee's. You can get it at Walmart. The little bee, see him? But yeah, the dark honey soothes your throat, and the ivy leaf extract also reduces the cough. It's like a cough suppressant. And mucus, it breaks up mucus if you have any. But the key thing in that is melatonin, and melatonin is produced naturally by our body. It helps us go to sleep. So that works well. I take that, and I went out. I slept for like 3 or 4 hours. This is Wednesday day. I woke up and my fever was up there. So I took an Aleve, and we didn't have any Tylenol at the time. So I took the Aleve, and I was just sore. Man, I was inflamed. Wednesday night was rough because my fever spiked to about 103.2. I took the Aleve. My body was super inflamed. My head was hurting. All my joints were hurting. My muscles were sore. It feels a lot like the flu, but it's not the flu. It's different. There are subtle differences. One big one is the fact that the smell and taste being gone is not physical, it's neurological. And some people have reported that even when they get healed and they're done with the COVID disease virus, the smell and taste did not return. So there's still things that we're finding out about this virus disease. But don't be afraid. There are things we can do to combat this. Respect the disease, but don't fear it. It's new, but every virus and pandemic was new when it first hit humanity, right? So sometimes new can be scary. What we don't want to do is react in a panic. Panicking can actually reduce your immunity, so got to stay positive. And I'm going to talk about some things you can do to increase your health and immunity during this time. So yeah, another thing to reduce my fever, because I don't like to take a lot of meds, is I use these rags. Okay, you got a bucket full of water. You got to make sure you change it out every day and wash it with soap. Thankfully, I have a family here that's helping me out. So you just get that, squeeze it out, and apply to the body. Water, I think it's 20%, will pull heat off your body more efficiently than just cool air. So water works really good. Also having this fan, hooked up to the window, so I'm pulling in fresh air. This is the room I'm quarantined in. Alright, so we got a blanket on the floor there. We don't want the air from this room going into the house. In the case that I do leave the room, I will mask up. This is my mask here. It's got 2 filters in it. It's not just cotton. Before I leave, I'll mask up. I'll spray some Lysol in the room, and then I'll take some wipes and I'll hit all the doorknobs. I only leave to use the restroom, or starting today I'm gonna go in the backyard and get some sunlight. Very important to get vitamin D, guys. So there were some mistakes I made on the first couple days of this sickness, and so that's why I want to make these videos to help you out. So yeah, Wednesday night was super rough. My appetite changed right away too. I didn't want any heavy foods. I've mainly been craving like vegetables, fruits, citruses, lots of water. You got to drink plenty of water. That's about it. I don't really want anything else. Today I had salami and cheese. This is day 4 again. My symptoms started on Tuesday, and that was pretty good, the salami and cheese. So I don't know. I don't eat until my body is like, okay, this is what I want, and then I'll ask the fam if they can get it for me. So Thursday, Wednesday night I did sweat a little bit. Thursday, which was yesterday, was another day of fever. My fever started to kind of rise again. I took 2 Tylenol, 650 milligrams, and that reduced my fever. And since then, this was during the day, since then my fever has not risen to more than 100. It goes between 99 and 100, just kind of bounces in between there. Again, the fever, guys, the fever is natural, so if you are not spiking to 102 or higher, I would recommend, and a lot of doctors recommend, that you let that fever take its natural course, because COVID does not like heat. So if your fever can cook that virus, everything heats up inside and you're cooking that virus, chances are you could be healing yourself. That's the body's natural way. So only if you're spiking up above 102. Try not to take fever reducers unless you spike. So I haven't taken any since yesterday. I use the rags to stay cool, and that's been good enough for me for now. What else? Thursday, yeah. So I'm gonna show you some things I'm doing. So actually, let me back up. Sorry. my days are mixed up and my mind's a little bit mixed up. Thursday till today, Friday, my temperatures remain the same. Um, and I'm gonna kind of show you guys what I do during the day to keep my health up, keep my energy good, keep my attitude good, and also to prevent any spreading of this into the house. Alright, so I'm gonna stop this right here and jump into the next part.